Shen Yue walks out of Dylan's house at midnight. What she said before leaving went viral. The night air was heavy with tension. The city lights flickered faintly in the distance as the quiet of midnight wrapped itself around Dylan Wang's upscale villa. Not a soul stirred on the street, not a bird in the sky. Only silence, thick and expectant. A single security camera captured the flicker of motion. The front door opened slowly, and out stepped Shen Yue. She wasn't running, but she wasn't walking either. Her steps were uneven, weighed down by the kind of emotion that makes breathing feel impossible. Her long beige coat fluttered in the breeze, her hair half-tied like she had gotten ready in a rush. But it wasn't the outfit people online were talking about. It was the expression on her face, the way her mouth quivered, the way her eyes stayed on the ground, the way her shoulders slumped like the world had just fallen off them. Only moments earlier, Dylan had been begging her not to go. Inside, the air still carried the echo of raised voices. The living room was a battlefield of half-finished tea, rumpled cushions, and confessions that had taken too long to be said. No one knew she had even visited until the footage hit the internet hours later. A leaked video, grainy and shaky, but all too real. In it, you can hear the click of her heels across the stone steps. Then she stopped, right at the edge of the driveway. She didn't know the camera was there. That's what made the moment feel raw. She turned back slightly and whispered words that would ignite a firestorm online. "You waited too long, Dylan, and I forgot how to be yours." Then she walked away, into the night. No car. No driver. She simply disappeared down the street, pulling her coat tight around her. That image, Shen Yue walking away under the cold streetlight, leaving behind Dylan's house, his apologies, and a shattered piece of herself, became the still frame that exploded across the internet. The clip racked up over 12 million views in the first 6 hours. What made it all worse was that Bai Lu was in Paris. The internet went wild. Fans started digging. Had Dylan and Shen Yue been meeting in secret? Was this just closure, or something more? Why had Shen Yue gone to his house so late? Was it about the love letter that had been leaked weeks earlier? The one supposedly written by Bai Lu to Dylan, the one Shen Yue reportedly discovered? Paparazzi rushed to the airport, trying to spot Bai Lu's return. In the meantime, Shen Yue vanished. Her team went silent. Her phone rang unanswered. And Dylan? He stayed inside. The lights never came back on that night. Not even once. Rumors swirled that he had collapsed in his studio later that evening, unable to handle the weight of it all. Some claimed he was seen near the balcony hours after she left, clutching the same scarf Shen Yue wore in one of their old dramas together. The streets outside his home were flooded with reporters by dawn. Everyone had a theory. Some believed this was all part of a deeper love triangle that had been burning quietly behind the scenes for years. Others were convinced Shen Yue had never truly moved on, and that this was the last attempt to revive what once was. A few believed Dylan had made a promise, one that he broke, and Shen Yue had come only to say goodbye for good. But no one could deny the gravity of her words. "You waited too long." Simple. Devastating. That sentence found its way into fan edits, song covers, midnight vlogs, and even a trending hashtag. Girls wrote it on their mirrors. Artists painted it in tears. Couples argued over it. What had Dylan done, or not done? And then came another leak. A voice note. A recording that someone claimed had been captured inside Dylan's house, just before Shen Yue left. Her voice, trembling. "I kept telling myself you still cared. I kept giving you time. But every day you stayed silent was another day I stopped being the girl who waited for you." Then Dylan's voice, barely audible. "I didn't know how to come back." And then nothing. No closing door. No final goodbye. Just silence. That voice note broke people. Comments poured in from around the globe. People related too deeply. They saw themselves in her heartbreak, in his regret. It wasn't just celebrity drama anymore. It was real, it was raw, and it hurt. 3 days passed. No statement from Dylan. No post from Shen Yue. Bai Lu was photographed arriving back in Shanghai, her face unreadable, her phone constantly ringing. But the night she returned, someone spotted her entering Dylan's apartment. And staying. Was it confrontation? Reconciliation? Or something else? The world doesn't know yet. But the truth is simple. Shen Yue walked out of Dylan's life that night. And the world watched in real time. What she left behind was a silence louder than any scandal. The hallway was dimly lit, the echoes of Shen Yue's hurried footsteps still ringing faintly against the wooden floorboards. Dylan stood frozen in place, eyes fixed on the door she had just slammed shut. For a moment, time seemed suspended. The silence that followed was heavier than anything either of them had said. Inside the car waiting outside Dylan's house, Shen Yue sat in the passenger seat, fists clenched, heart racing. Her driver glanced nervously in the rearview mirror, sensing the storm inside her, but wisely saying nothing. The engine started, but she stopped him with a single word.
Wait.
Tears welled in her eyes as she stared back at the glowing windows of Dylan's home, remembering the warmth they once shared there, stolen moments, secret laughter, shared dreams. All of it now buried under layers of betrayal and silence. She pulled out her phone and began typing, her fingers trembling. One message. One truth. One final confession. She hesitated, then deleted it. Some things, she thought, should never be spoken again. Inside, Dylan sank onto the couch, still gripping the necklace she had returned. His fingers closed around it like it was the last real thing left between them. The words she left behind echoed endlessly in his head. I thought I was over this. I thought I didn't need you anymore. But the worst thing you ever did was make me believe I could trust you again. Paparazzi photos of Shen Yue leaving the house at midnight hit the internet just before dawn. Blurry, but unmistakable. Her tear-stained face. Her trembling hands. The way she whispered into her phone before getting in the car. It spread like wildfire across social media. Fans speculated wildly. Was she hurt? Were they back together? Or was it really over this time? But it was the audio clip, leaked hours later, that broke the internet. A hidden microphone near the front gate had caught her final words. He still doesn't understand what he broke in me.